Here's why buying a Porsche 996 could actually be a better financial decision than the 2022 BRZ, and I have some data to prove it. I saw an Instagram post recently comparing the 2022 BRZ to the Porsche 996, and it was on the basis of power to weight. And unfortunately, I think this post garnered some undeserved criticism. There were people calling it a stupid comparison, it was dumb, it was pathetic. People, in general, I just don't think that they were running their own numbers to see how much it would actually cost to own a Porsche 996 versus the 2022 BRZ. In general, I think there were just some knee-jerk reactions of people not taking into account, the cost of the car, a maintenance plan, the tax, registration, insurance, as well as depreciation and potential appreciation. And that's what we're going to look at today, the numbers for each car. Now, I will preface, these numbers are for my situation. I'm a early 30s male living in California, so the tax, registration, and even insurance will be for my particular case. With that, let's jump into the 2022 BRZ and how much it could cost to own it. Sorry for the outfit change and lighting difference, but I think I found a better way to show the numbers than when I first released this video. For each car, I'm going to break it down into 3 parts. The first one being how much it costs to buy the car, as well as generally own it for the first 5 years. The next part will take into account depreciation as if I tried to sell the car after owning it for 5 years. And then the third part will be the actual, what I consider to be the true cost to own the vehicle. As you can see here, the cost to own the 2022 BRZ after purchasing it comes to be about $50,000. And this takes into account things like tax, maintenance, insurance, registration, and these are estimated on things from the DMV, as well as my insurance company based on the outgoing BRZ model. Now, what if at year 5 I wanted to sell the 2022 BRZ? I would have to take into account things like depreciation. And once I do that, assuming a maybe 7.5% depreciation every year for the first 5 years, the total sale price would be about $20,000. Now, what I would do is take the cost to own the car as well as purchase it and subtract that from my ultimate sale price, and that would give me my true cost to own, which is about $30,000. Now, looking at the 996, the example that I found on Craigslist was about $17,000, and then I'm budgeting about $3,500 per year for maintenance on this particular example. Again, insurance is based on my scenario, and this is an actual quote based on the VIN of this car. Registration and tax are based on what the DMV quoted. So at the end of 5 years, I would spend about $42,000 to own a Porsche 996. Now, what if at year 5 I went to go sell the car? I think this particular example will appreciate at least 3% year over year for the next 5 years. So my sale price would be about $19,000. So again, using the cost to acquire and own the car, subtracting the sale price, the true cost to own the Porsche 996 for 5 years would be about $23,000. And that's cheaper than the 2022 BRZ. Now, there's a lot of variables in here. Again, I could find a more expensive 996 example to start with, and it could need even more maintenance than what I budgeted for. But I wouldn't instantly throw out the fact that the 2022 BRZ would be cheaper to own than the Porsche 996. Personally, I would rather have the 996. I think it would offer a better driving experience, although I haven't driven the new BRZ, but I've owned an old one. This was a fun analysis. I enjoyed going through the numbers. If you guys like an example like this, I'm happy to go through another one if you throw out some ideas. And thanks for watching.